everyone out there. Welcome to Solve It Out. This is Annie here, and today I'm going to do a project on Next.js Internationalization, that is i18n, along with Clerk Authentication. As you all know, that Clerk is currently the most rising language for the authentication purpose. Clerk can be used with uh, maximum language. Here you can see this is the Clerk docs where it can be used with Next.js, Remix, Gatsby, Redwood.js, Expo. In fact, Clerk is the most easiest way where you can just remove the hassle of every authentication and just apply it in a very convenient way. Along with that, I'm going to do Next.js i18n. This is a very important part as with Next.js i18n, sometimes the Clerk authentication um, flashes out. So today's project will be really interesting. So let me show you a demo. Here, first we'll do the login. This is the main homepage. So when I'll do the login here, so you can see this is the powered by Clerk. So this is the Clerk sign in page where I will just do this is the sign in. So I'll first do the sign up. So here you can add it with email or password or continue with Google. So I'm going to continue with Google. You can see Clerk authentication has been done, and here you can actually check this is my email, and here you have the manage account sign out settings secured by Clerk, and here I have already implemented the i18n. One is the English and the other is the German language. So in both the language you can actually see the about us. So the most interesting part of this project will be how to implement the both Clerk and Next.js i18n together. So let's go and check out in the code. In this project, I have already installed Nextjs. You can see here, this is the Next 13.4 current and with the Tailwindcss and Typescript. So I have changed a few code in the page.tsx. I have removed the initial code and I have just written solve it out. Let me run it. If you now go to localhost 3000, then you can see just solve it out here. So first I'll go to the docs of Next.js 13 Internationalization. Here you can see, if you check here, this is the welcome page where you can have the options of using the client components with app router and the server components with app router. So today I'm going to use the client components, which is a stable version. So here you can see all the process has been shown, like how to implement it. So we'll follow step by step. First, we'll run the npm install next intl. So here in our terminal, I'll paste it, and now the npm install has been running. Next, you can see here a folder structure is given. First, a messages folder. Along with that will be a middleware.ts, and along with that will be the app router. So here we'll create that folders. So along with app, there will be a middleware.ts. Okay, and another will be the messages folder. Okay, so also inside the app, it should be wrapped up with this local folder. Whatever components we have, it should be wrapped up inside the local folder. So first I'll create the folder here. And next we'll move all the pages inside the local folder. Now, as we move it to the locale folder, you can see here a error is coming, that is middleware is required. So let us go and check out the middleware.ts here. You can see here, this is the middleware.ts code. So I'll copy it directly because I will be changing it to the German language as an example here. You can change to any of the language according to your choice. Okay, I'll just reduce it, and in middleware.ts I'm going to paste the code, and then the next process will be you have to apply this next intl client provider in the layout.tsx so that it works as a provider to the whole folders. You can say to the whole files and folders, it will act as the provider. So here we'll copy the whole function, this local layout, and we'll paste it here. You can see the problems are coming. So let us add it. That is, types are missing. So we'll add the types here. First will be the children. Let's copy here. It's already given. So we'll write here children, and then I'll give the params. For now, I'm just writing any. Okay, and also will get the not found. So root layout is now not needed. So I'll just delete it. Now you can see only these two are remaining. So here I'm going to copy the upper part now and will paste it. So here our code is done. We have pasted the generate static params, and then the local layout is also done, and we have um, wrapped up with the next Intel client provider. Okay, now this is the way written that how to write the app slash local page.tsx. So we'll write it first. Let me write this inside messages. We have to write two types of files. Okay, so inside the message, we'll first write en.json, and then another will be de.json, that is the German language. Okay. For this messages folder, I have two files ready, so I'll quickly copy it. Here, now you can see I have copied the heading description 1 and description 2, which I'll need for our pages. So it will have the about us, the description 1, and the description 2. And also in the German file, the same is written with translation to German language. Now, next is that we're going to go to the page.tsx and we'll see if our code is working. That is, if our internationalization is working. We'll copy this page.tsx code and we'll paste it here. Okay. We'll remove it. We'll change the index to our home page. Now here I will write the heading. As we have a inside index object, we have a field named heading. So in page.tsx, I will write here first one will be heading and the next one will be our description. Let me quick add a little CSS. So I have quickly written the basic CSS. Now if I save it, let us go to our page. Okay, so about us has came. One mistake is this will be description 1. If I save it, you can now see that our about us and description was has been working. You can check here. This is the local host, that is /en. The local host /en. This is working, and now I'm going to change it to localhost /de. Okay, so you can see our internationalization is successfully implemented, and it is fully configured and working fine. Now if I want to change it to English, I can write here en, and like you can see this is working fine. So now I want to add the Clerk authentication here. So our next internationalization all process has been done. It is implemented. Next we'll add the Clerk. Okay. So here is the docs of use Clerk with Next.js. So here first we'll write how to install Clerk. So to add Clerk, we'll first do npm install Clerk/Nextjs. I'll copy this and go to my terminal and paste it here. Let it get copied or installed. And then we have to set our environment keys. Okay. Now to apply the environment keys, you need to go to the clerk.com. Okay, you can go from here. So first you need to do the sign in or sign up accordingly. So I'll do here sign up, and I'll continue here with Google. You can see here that our workspace has been created, and here we have to write our application name and how will your user sign in. You can apply any of the providers here like email address, Google. It's already on. You can add the phone number and username, and also there are 19 more ways to get login or sign up option. So for me, just email address and Google is okay. So we'll create the application. First, so the name needs to be given. I'll give it here i18n, and then we'll create the application. Okay, you can see here the public Clerk publishable key is given and the Clerk secret key is given. So I'll copy it and I'll paste it in the .env file. Well, here I have created a .env.local file. You can see here different variables that I've already defined. If I zoom it on, you can check there is a next public Clerk publishable key, which is will be this one, the next public Clerk publishable key. There is a Clerk secret key, which I'm going to set it. Next, there will be a Clerk public sign in URL. That is, whenever we are not signed in, then which URL you want to show up. So this will be the sign in URL, the sign up URL, and after sign in or sign up, which page you want to show. According to that, I want to show the our /about page. So for that, after sign in, I have written this. So this 6 variables you must define it to make your routes more clear, because with Clerk you can actually build the public routes. You don't have to exactly do the private and protected routes here. You just need to mention which routes you want to be public, and the rest of your routes are all protected. This is a great advantage of Clerk. So I'll quickly place my this 2 variables secrets, and then we'll move on to the next part. Now we are back to the Clerk docs. Now, after setting the environment keys, then we have to set a Clerk provider. Now here comes the point where the Next.js and Clerk may clash. So you can see here the Clerk provider must be present there to wrap around the HTML in the same layout.tsx page. And also, the most important is that it also needs a middleware.ts file to define its auth middleware, to configure its auth middleware. So, this is the huge problem which I faced for quite a few days. So, after reading all the docs, I have found it out that in the auth middleware, here, if you scroll down below, I'll give it the link so that you can see. You can find here an after auth, okay, using after auth, before auth. Here you can see that if you need additional middleware handlers to execute authentication, then use before auth. This is for the next intl middleware handler. Then this middleware, you can see before auth, the auth middleware has been running, then the intl middleware will be run. Okay, so first inside this auth middleware, before auth means the next intl middleware will run first, and inside it the Clerk middleware will be present. So it will be more clear when I'll wrap up the component in layout.tsx page. First, let me copy this middleware because we are going to need only this one. And then we'll go to our middleware.tss and we'll delete the entire code and just paste the new one. You can see here, this is the EL language, but we are doing the German language, so it will be DE. Just change that fact. You can see which will be our public routes. Those all are given here. I want to add here one /DE because that will be our public route also. Now this middleware is done. Next, we'll go to our layout page. This is our layout page, and here we need to do some changes. Here, we'll wrap this next provider, we'll cut it and paste it at the top, and here also we'll paste it here. We are wrapping the whole HTML element. Next, we will be wrapping it up with Clerk provider. Clerk provider from Clerk/Nextjs, and we'll be wrapping it here. And for body, we will be writing here suppress hydration warning to true. Okay. So our layout.tsx, we have first next Intel client provider wrapped up. Then we are wrapping up with the Clerk provider, and now you can see that it will work fine with all of them. Okay. So to check out the Clerk, that how it's working or not, we'll first go in our app folder, that is inside app, then inside local, we'll create a routes here. This is the way where you can actually differentiate your files into different folders, and this, whenever you will using parentheses, then that will not affect your dynamic route length. So another one will be auth. Inside this app folder, inside local, there is an auth, and inside the auth there will be this layout.tsx and this routes, and inside the routes there are two folders currently, that is sign in and sign out. Inside sign in, we'll write here dot sign. There will be a folder, sign in. This folder is created, and inside that will be a page.tsx. Okay. Similar with the sign up, we'll create another folder with the same way that I'm showing, and there will be a page that is page.tsx. Okay. Now inside the sign in, we'll copy this code just and we'll paste it here inside the sign in page.tsx. Paste this code and save it. Paste it and change it to sign up. And save it. So our auth routes has been done. Our sign in and sign up routes along with the auth is completed. Now we will write the layout.tsx here for the auth folder. Now for the layout, default function will be auth layout, and it will be just showing, this page will be showing the sign in UI, that is this one. For this UI, you have to create this layout page, and here it's going to show that sign in dialog and sign up dialog box. So this one is done. Now inside the routes, I want to move the page.tsx here. The global.css and layout.tsx will remain as it is. We'll move the page.tsx inside the routes. This is done. And here inside routes, I will be creating the about page. So the about folder, and then it will be page.tsx with RFC. Should have the about name. Save it. We go here. We go to slash about, and you can see our about route is protected. Our slash route has been public. You can, if you remember, in the middleware.tss, in the public routes, we have given the //de and the locale sign in route to be public. So that's why to visit our about page, you have to first sign in. This is what we call the easiest way where you can apply the protected routes the most hassle-free way. So I'll continue here. So you can see here now the about page, and if you want to check the Clerk dashboard here, you can see that a user with any solve it out name and its email address have been signed it currently. So this is how much fast and convenient is the way where you can check all your user sign up and many more things. So there is go, and now I'm going to do the design of the about page so that I can present to you in a more attractive way. So let us do the CSS part. Now I have completed the CSS part of the About Us page. There is a nav tag you can see here. So we'll create that nav tag. Also, I have used an iframe. I will put the link here. So first let us create the components folder outside the app folder. So here we'll put the components folder and we'll create a nav here, nav.tsx. Put a RFC, save it, then we'll go to our about page and we'll import it. The nav is imported. Now if we go to our i18n is working fine with it, and there is a nav here which we'll design right now, and also I'll add the iframe tag here. Also, if I check that this is the /en/about, so before this I want to put de/about, that is /de/about. If I go, you can see our i18n has been working completely fine. This is the translation part. So we'll quickly build now the navbar. So the navbar here is completed. You can see the logo of the channel, the globe SVG, and the EN and the D option where you can change to English and the German. And this is the sign up button, or you can see the user button whenever we have the signed in user. So let me once recheck with the code. This is the sign in function of the Clerk Next.js, where you can check whether you are signed in or not. Then you will show the user button, and this single user button property, all you can see the sign out and the manage account and the details of your Gmail. So this is the whole page that I have done for the nav. So our nav is completed. Now I'm going to add the iframe link in our about page. So to add the iframe, first let me go to my channel. This is my channel. Let us go to a video of it. List along with then you go to the share option and click the embed. You click the embed, you can see here that the full iframe tag is given for the video. So I'll copy it and we'll paste it here. We'll remove this iframe and we'll paste it here. The frame border is not required, so we'll remove it and we'll check what others is not required. Now it's done. You can see our iframe. So I'll save it and we'll check that how it is working. You can see our iframe is working fine, and this is my YouTube video link that I want to share it as my iframe. So our about page is done. Now I just want to do some changes to our home page. That is this one. As you can see, our home page is completed. We'll just click here the login button and we'll get redirected to our about us page. I'll do just a recheck of my code. That is, this is the image, or you can see the logo part, and here some description. And this sign out is called from Clerk/Nextjs, because we are checking the if the user is signed in or signed out. Just a recheck. Then we'll only show the login button if the user is signed out. So this is just so here with this writing part of the code has been completed. Now just a demo of our working website. So first we'll click here login. You can see here the clerk sign in window, and then we'll do the continue with Google. Now it will get redirected to the about us page. Okay, so it's working. You can check here the email, the manage account, and sign out. And now we'll change it to German. So yes, the German internationalization is also working fine, and we can also change back it to English. With this project comes to an end. If you have any doubt regarding this project, you can comment down below. Till then, this is Annie signing off, and I'll also provide the links in the description box, so do check it out.